Casey here with 911 Motorsports, and today we're going to be doing door hinges on my Bronco here because these guys are a little worn out, and in order to remove, let's position this is how it sits on the vehicle, and in order to remove it, it's easy to access this on the door, but this side is blocked by the door on the cowl. So in order to remove the door hinge, it's a lot easier to just pull the door off, which is what we're going to be using this 4-point jack adapter to do. And we'll also be using this door extension, which basically what this is our normal threaded support, and this is another chunk of 3/4 all thread with a coupler that we just use to extend it, and that will give us a little more height to help to balance the door so it's not going to try to fall off. We also have down here, these are little rubber pads that go on our saddles, and they kind of clip on nice so they'll stay on there. We also have our wrench here that helps to tighten these so when we're ready to lock it down, we can keep there. This jack adapter we also have using a 6-inch extension right now because our Bronco's a little high up off the ground. So the nice thing about our jack adapter with the new design with this pin is it gives us a little more height to work on lifted vehicles. So let's go ahead and go to the next step, where now we will set the jack adapter up for the door. Somewhere in the middle on this door I think is going to be the good balance point. So we'll just come down here, and right about there looks pretty good. These guys are already pretty level. We'll jack it up just like this and get it centered. I'm gonna adjust this guy up just a little bit more. We're kind of guessing at how this is gonna go. That's looking pretty good. So now I'm gonna come over here and we'll set this door extension up. The rubber pad is, nice for not scratching paint. If this was a really nice paint job, I would probably have rags on here as well and add one when I go to strap it too. But this is a 4x4. Wrench, I like where this is at. We're gonna tighten this down. So this is now not gonna move. On this guy here, we also have the big end that works for adjusting. So if I need to adjust this door here, I can do this with weight on the vehicle. Next step, we're gonna add a ratchet strap because this thing, you don't really want it to fall over. And you come over here, you can see what I'm doing. Just do like this, strap this down. I went on either side of the center, so one long, one close. That'll help to kind of keep that centered there. Put a little tension on it. That should hold it. Window down always helps. I'm leaving just a couple threads in case this thing needs to be moved around. Whoa, yeah. So, that was a couple of shims falling. So now we've basically got the weight of the door on the jack, and it's wanting to tip this way. That's just the weight of the door wanting to go that way. But it feels fairly balanced to where I can hold it. I can hold it upright, but if I let go, it probably will want to come this way. Feels good enough, so we'll go ahead and take it all the way off. Okay, now we're off. Oh, forgot my first bolt. Okay, so now the door is off. We'll roll her out just a little bit and see how. So it's wanting to fall this way. It's got more weight over here. So if now got one of these all ready to go, we could take this and add another little support on this side to help keep it from wanting to fall over. Tighten that down, and now it's standing on its own. Feels fairly balanced here. You do this number off to the side. It's a little bit of weight this way, but it's gonna always you're always going to find one side or the other where it'll want to rest. But, you know, not too shabby. And now, in order to roll this thing around, if we're actually working in a body shop trying to transport a door, you definitely want to keep a hand on it. And to roll, these big wheels go low, and then it's easy to pivot. So we can just take this door wherever we want. And let's take a look at this. That's kind of ugly. Maybe we could, since we have this out, we could clean it, maybe throw a coat of paint on it. And back over here, now, that doesn't work too good. You know, this is the main culprit that we need to replace. This one, since we're in here, we got our old door hinges off with some new ones on, got this painted. Let me show you guys what we're dealing with over here. We did end up having one broken bolt. This thing was kind of a pain to get out. I had to do a lot of welding to bring it out to get a nut on it, and a little bit of heat, lubrication, patience, working it out. Then this is our door hinge. You can see this is the worn out hinge and these rollers and spring that no longer are doing their job. So this was the other item that got replaced. When I initially put these hinges on, I lined them up to the old marks, but they were a little off because we had old hinges. So I did do an initial test fit, got the door on there, got them close, got an idea of where it needed to go. So that's where we pulled it back off to tweak these one last time, and hopefully these are pretty close. So now we can go ahead and put the door back on and see how it goes. And that is another nice thing about this jack adapter, is it's easy to remove and install the door to make this nice for alignment. And so getting this in place is also an interesting thing. It's kind of come in nice and slow, a little bit at a time, and can kind of shimmy the jack around to get it in there to where it's close. And now we got a couple bolts on the bottom hinge. We're going to need to tweak this door over just a little bit more and come up with it a little bit more. This is where having this on a jack is very nice for getting things aligned. And if this was a nicer paint job, I definitely would have added some masking tape to the other side of the door to make sure I'm not hurting anything. Since this is back to a 4x4 though, we're good to go. Now we got them all started. Now we're all started, we can run some down. Okay. And that's started. Now we can loosen this guy up. Take this off. Okay. Well, she's tight, so now we can drop this guy down the rest of the way. Move this. Kick her out of the way. Ooh, that's close. And let's see how this guy fits here. Move this out of the way. Looking good there. Ooh, that's not a bad gap there, I think. Well, that's not too shabby. A little tight here though. Could come out. Do have a little more gap on the front than the rear, but this is a 4x4. I'm kind of thinking this is a really good fitting door right now. I don't want to mess around with this too much more. And we'll Actually, let's check. The other thing with these vehicles, you want to see how they come right here, make sure there's not any issue there. And so it doesn't actually hurt to have a little more of a gap here, just because that way it prevents that rubbing. You can also see down here, when with the old door hinges, the door actually messed this fender up back in the day. So it's self-clearance, so now we got plenty of room. But I think that's pretty good. Okay, so it looks like the second try on getting these door hinges aligned worked great. The only thing I want to bring this door out just a little bit here, but other than that, this thing's fitting pretty dang good. Which is nice, having the jack adapter here. This allowed me to be able to pull the door off and put it on, set it up, figure out where my marks are, pull it back off again, nice and easy. The other thing about this jack adapter on how you set it up with the door extension here, it is entirely possible to do it with just one of these, but you'll want to know which way the door is going to try to be leaning. If it's trying to lean this way, which this door was actually trying to lean towards the vehicle, I should have had this over here. I could have moved this one over to here once I figured out the weight was over there, but because I had a second one, that's why I just added a second one of these extensions on here, which also isn't a bad safety measure for doing this. And back to how this jack adapter, real quick rundown and how it gets set up. We've got our wrench that we use to tighten or loosen these to adjust them. Our top bars slide around. These guys, we can loosen and tighten like this with our removable pads and all that good stuff. So if you're interested in this product or any other product we sell, go to our website, 911motorsports.net, to figure out some more information about this. Make sure to like the video if you like it, add a comment below. Those always help. We kind of respond to comments, good ones especially. Make sure to subscribe to our channel so you can stay up to speed with 911.